All right, let's jump right into this and let's talk about my favorite thing when it comes to perspective, a perspective grid, right? So the first line, I want you to draw this line here and then that angle right there on your page. So I'll do that too with you. So we're going to do this. Keep it light first. And we're going to do this. Next, let's get a nice vertical right there and a nice vertical right there. Okay, that's going to be the width of our stove here. So let's see here. We're going to do this. And I'm going to just, now I'm guesstimating here. I'm going to go maybe a little wider. Just like that. All right, we'll call this A, and this is line B over there. So on A, this is A, this is B. Just guesstimate about the halfway point and put a dot. Not that big. I'm just showing that to you for our sample. All right, so I'm going to just put a little dot right there. Jump over to B, do the same thing on B. Like it's about halfway is going to be right about there, I think. All right, halfway, right about there. And then lightly, okay, in the area below that, now you can just kind of guesstimate this. Look at that. Just kind of guesstimate that, and then above it, you're going to guesstimate that as well. Is that about halfway there? Yep. All right. Let's turn the corner now and let's get this angle, and the very bottom, let's get that angle. You see that? So let's see here. We're gonna do that. And this is a pretty sharp angle here. All right, let's get the back of this. Look, here's the back. Look how foreshortened that is right there. You see that? So foreshortened. Let's get the back of this. Keep it light. I was teaching at a local senior living place on Monday. And I was telling them all to draw lightly. Okay, all right, so this is our grid. This will help us to figure things out here. One other thing you might want to do on A, I would kind of extend this and extend this, and I'll show you why in just a bit here. All right, so just extend those two. Okay, let's kind of freehand this. So I'm going to start with this side. So I'm just kind of going to guesstimate about the thickness right there. So over here, I'm just going to go with, I think right about there. So this is going to come up here. Then you want to pay close attention on those. If you get the beginning lines right, then the rest should kind of come together. And these lines here are just, they're not really associated to the drawing, to the actual stove per se. They're just guides. All right. So look at this bread box here. The very top is a bread box. I'm almost positive. You know why I'm positive? Because my grandmother had a thing similar to this. Not this stove, but a bread box on her counter. All right, get that nice curve there. There's going to be another nice curve there. And then this is going to have to, this angle here is going to, all of these are going to have to converge to the same spot. So this is going to go back along the side, just like that. All right, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom now and get these legs. So there's a leg right there and a leg right there. And so this is curving up here. Just like that. When you're drawing those original lines, those, you know, get the tallest in the bottom and just really, really take time to make sure those angles are right. And then everything else should kind of help you out quite a bit there. Okay, so we've got our, look at our, even our handle is going back in perspective. So let's see, let's come down and get some more detail here. Get this drawer here, right? And then we have another 2 drawers coming down off the bottom here. Just following. Following my grid. Okay, stovetop. I'm going to keep working across here. So the stovetop, following the grid, comes right about there. So this is right here, this little corner of the stovetop. This little corner is going to go back toward this vanishing point. You see this? So don't get fooled by that. This is, and it's going to end right there. And then this is kind of that, I don't know if it's like a backsplash. And you know, even mine is a little bit of a different angle than the photo. But what's key is that I'm keeping mine in proportion. You see that? And that's what's so important. Because no one will see the photo, but they will notice immediately if you're out of proportion. Okay, I'm going to put a little dot right there. That's going to be the vent. It's going to be right here. I'll put a big dot here so you can see where I'm looking at. I'll put a little arrow actually right there. Okay, let's follow the perspective here, going across. It looks like we have a little up. Then there's a slant. Look at this kind of slant right there. Okay, don't get tripped up on this now. Don't get tripped up on this. There's that little dot there. And I'm going to erase some of this here so you can see what I'm looking at. That dot is right there. So let's, okay. And I'm going to erase that top guideline because I don't want this to confuse me. That was only there at the very beginning. Okay, look right here. I'm going to put a little arrow now. Right there. I'm going to match that. I'm going to match this angle here. So this is going to come back like this. All right, coming back over here now. We're going to come all the way down like this. Right here, this is going to go back to the vanishing point. And then we're going to do this right here. Now, I'll stop for a minute because I know I just threw a lot at you. Okay? Okay, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over here to this point right there. And it's going to match. It's going to come down just like that. And then check out this. Look at that inside. You see this inside corner right there. Let's come over here. And we'll put that in place. Here's the oven. Here's the oven. I think also this probably has a back like that. Okay, all right, I'm going to have you try something else now. Let's get rid of this. Let's just remove that. Turn the page. Now, with everything we just went through, I want to gesture this again, but I want to do it quick. I want you to think about what we just did and gesture it within 2 minutes, okay? So here we go. Ready, set. If you want to watch me first and then do it on your own. So give me 2 minutes here. So I'm just going to Nope. It's okay if it doesn't look accurate. It's just I want you not to get all hung up. Okay, get ready. You could start here. And you get the idea what I'm doing. So go. I want you to try and gesture this thing. I'll give you 3 minutes. So just go through it. And keep your drawing light. You have about 3 more minutes. Got 2 more minutes. All right, coming up on the end here. I'll give you 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. And time is up. All right. If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You could direct it toward me or even down here in the comments below. You could ask a question and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.